What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Solinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on WIF or Dog with Hats. Just wanted to give you my thoughts. I mean, I've been following this quite extensively. The markets right now are very bullish, even though it does look more and more likely that we're going to get a bit of a flush. So maybe that has already happened when you're watching this video. I don't know. I'll be prepared. I already took some profits across the board, and just in general, portfolio is up a lot, so it doesn't matter too much. But WIF itself, I mean, if you look at this, technically it looks beautiful. And personally, I'm very convinced that WIF is going to get a Binance listing, potentially also a Coinbase listing. It depends a little bit. I mean, to me, WIF is very comparable at a $1.8 billion market cap. It's very comparable to Bonk, which right now has a $2.25 billion market cap. So there's still potential for WIF in terms of that. But apart from that, WIF is also a little bit more recent, and right now the market circumstances are obviously more bullish. So I think there's even more potential for WIF. But the thing is that Bonk, when it got those listings, it had volume of about like 300, 500. 500 was just before the listing. But in general, it had a huge volume, all right? And then it got listed. If you look at WIF right now, apart from the hype being there, but if you look at the volume for WIF right now, it's been high for some time, all right? It's been above $350 million since, well, for the last couple of days, but it's been above $100 million basically since the 27th of February. So I think that listing is coming. If you look at the technicals right now, it's also very bullish. It's basically one of those it's basically a parabolic chart, all right? So what you see is that every time a new resistance level is broken, it turns into support and it doesn't get broken anymore. So something like this. Now we just broken above this resistance at $1.75. If you think about this, then what you would say is that 1.75 will also not be broken, and that technically it's most likely will hold that, and that will get up to $2 and then 2.1, 2.2 or 2.25, something like that. Let's say 2.1, 2.2. So technically this is most likely. And if we then look at some other numbers, and I'm having some trouble with my nose. But if you then look at some other numbers, what you'll see is that the open interest is also still very high. So there's a lot of momentum. We just got some short liquidations with this last push up, which I'm not sure why you're shorting WIF still at this moment. So that also still looks bullish. The thing though is, and that's ultimately I think something like this is to be expected. And ultimately, I think we're going to get that Binance and that Coinbase listing. I do think a Coinbase listing has chances here, real chances. So ultimately, I think 2.5, 2.75, maybe even $3 is also possible, even though that's still quite far away and that might be a little bit unrealistic. But what that means is especially, it doesn't mean that. Ultimately, I expect that. But the funding rates right now in the markets are so high, and for WIF as well, that we're going to get a spike down at some point of time, all right? And right now, Bitcoin is finding a little bit of resistance that could all of a sudden turn into a lot of resistance for altcoins. So even though technically this is most likely, and that's what I wanted to get to, I think there's a good chance that WIF spikes all the way down to 1.5, potentially even 1.3, before consolidating a bit and then rallying up higher. And you can see it happening live right now. So I think that spike is coming sooner rather than later. Ultimately, I'm very bullish on WIF. But a spike like this is inevitable somewhere in the next week. And when that spike happens, I'll be buying, all right? But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.